He said he missed Jimmy at the conference. I said, what about me?
It's not about you.
Eileen's there on 8:30 service.
I sent that to you, didn't I?
You did.
Quite
You
honest
did.
with you.
Yeah, that was good.
I've been a member of that church since,
Already.
member, since I was 12 years old. I'm not full-time.
I'd like to call to order this July meeting of the Tullahoma Utilities Authority, July 29th, 2025. Good to have everybody here. We have a full board. First thing on the agenda is to approve the agenda. Can I get a motion?
I'll move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Anybody have any discussion about the agenda? Hearing none. All approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, that passes unanimously. Next item we have is approve the previous meeting minutes. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Get a motion and a second. Anybody have any additions or deletions to the minute? No heartburn with the last minute? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Say aye. Any opposition? Hearing none, that passes unanimously as well. 4, we have customer comments on agenda items. Do we have anybody? Not anybody here in this room. I don't think anybody online has anything new. We'll push right along to recognitions. We've got a couple of new employees. First one up is Owen Stroop. Is our new employee for lineman apprentice. Mr. Owen, we're gonna get you to come up here and stand behind the podium and tell us about yourself. Well,
I'm Owen, about an hour. Happy to be here.
yes.
That's all I got. Are you?
Where'd you go to school? Where's your family from? Yada, yada, yada.
I went to Tullahoma High School and from here. I mean,
I'll help.
Help him out.
Have him out.
Is,
Throw him a light on.
Owen is a Tullahoma High School graduate. He
Yes.
went to Southeast Lineman Training School, and then he went and worked for a contractor for a couple of years, and then he's been back in Tullahoma working with a family business, and we were in a spot because of work picking up is we were considering either using contractors or adding to our team, and it worked out great having someone local that already had a couple years of experience in, so we're glad to have Owen on the team.
Owen, welcome.
Thank
We'll
you. Are
get
you
a
part of
picture made.
the notorious Stroop?
yes, sir.
I don't think Owen's gonna work out. He talks too much.
Thank you. Welcome to a great family. Next, new employee recognition is Trenton Van. Trenton, if you'll come up here and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Just don't speak as long as.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good. My name is Trenton Van. I went to Franklin County High School. I lived in Estill for 17 years. That's it. That's it.
I'll help him too.
All right.
He has worked on our wastewater system. He comes from Prince Utilities.
Yes.
So we kind of knew what type of worker we were getting, which is a very hard worker, good young man. So we're also glad to have him on our team.
Well, we will. We'll get another picture here. Welcome to the team.
Did you get Owen?
We did.
Yeah, oh, okay.
If y'all want to hang around, you can, or if you want to
I missed
head
that.
out, that's okay too. Thank y'all. All right. Next item under recognition, TUA receives a 5-star Apple Podcast rating for its released Talking Tullahoma episodes, with one listener thanking Tullahoma for providing quality local content. Let me see where that is. That was posted, what was that posted on? I'll read the comment. I appreciate the smooth and professional voice of Ms. Lisinski on this podcast. I'm a huge fan from her Tullahoma former news program as well. Kelly and TUA, thank you for keeping us informed with excellent quality local content that we cannot get anywhere else. So if you want the best local content in the whole wide world, sign up for Tullahoma Utilities Authority Light 2. It's quite affordable.
Very good.
Thank you. All right, let me get back to where we are here. Next, we're gonna go into the specific agenda action items. First one is consider approval of right-of-way clearing contract extension. Can I get a motion and a second?
Motion. Second.
Yes, Mayor. Mayor. Stepping back in time. Mr. Chairman, I recommend we approve the one-year right-of-way clearing contract with McKenzie Tree Service through June the 30th, 2026 at the unit price being proposed.
All right, and I heard a second as well.
Second.
Yeah. Discuss this for us, sir.
So we've used McKenzie since 2015 to do our right-of-way trimming. Our policy allows us to renew up to 2 times after a new contract. So this would be their first renewal on last fiscal year's contract. So I do recommend approving this with a 2% increase.
Tell me, when you say right of way, explain to me what they do. I mean, I know what a right of way is, but I don't.
So they trim around the electric facilities, and depending on poles, lines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, depending on,
people's streets and stuff like that.
yeah. So depending on, if it's single phase or 3-phase, that determines the amount of right of way you get.
Okay.
So we trim inside our right of way,
What's the standard right-of-way for 3-phase?
40 feet. So 20 either side,
Okay.
yeah.
What's a standard for just a normal going up and down Wilson Avenue
Well, that's 3.
Well, that's 3
That's 3
phase,
feet.
so
or?
it'd
So
be,
they have 40 feet
Yeah.
right of way both.
20 on each side. All right, we got a proper motion and a second, and any other discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that passes. Next item is consider approval of moving the September board meeting date. Let's get a motion for that.
So moved.
I'll second.
A proper motion and a second. Any discussion? President, can you tell us about
yeah,
this?
someone had a conflict of the 4th Tuesday, so we're moving this to September 30th.
Which is, we routinely help each other out when
Yeah.
one of us can't be here. So I've had to have dates moved so I could attend meetings and other people as well. So anybody else have any discussion on this? All in favor of moving that September board meeting date, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that also passes unanimously. Next action item is consider approval of resolution 0729-025. I'll get a motion out there in a second, and then I'm gonna get the president to read this for us.
So I move that we recommend to approve the resolution recognizing and establishing Dana Eggleston Day.
Can I get a second?
I second.
We all second that. And we'll get the president to read this resolution, please.
Yeah, I'll also read my memo to the board. As you know, Dana faithfully served this organization for 31 years, bringing unmatched dedication, humility, and steadiness to his work and relationships. He was a valued team member, a mentor to many, and a trusted friend across all departments. He embodied the very best of what it means to be a public servant, always putting in the work, always putting others first, and always doing it without seeking the spotlight. While his passing has left a lasting impact on our team, so has his legacy. Establishing an annual day in his honor provides TUA with a meaningful way to reflect on that legacy, to celebrate the values Dana stood for, and to continue fostering a culture of dedication and mutual respect. The resolution is, whereas Dana Eggleston began his career with the Tullahoma Utilities Authority in 1994 and faithfully served the organization and the citizens of Tullahoma for more than 3 decades. And whereas throughout his 31 years of service, Dana was the embodiment of dedication, professionalism, and humility. earning the respect and admiration of coworkers, supervisors, and the community alike. And whereas Dana was a man of steady character and quiet leadership, whose work spoke for itself and whose presence brought calm, consistency, and care to every task, no matter how big or how small. And whereas Dana's contributions went far beyond the technical duties of his job. He mentored younger employees, treated others with kindness and respect, and carried out his responsibilities with integrity and pride. And whereas Dana's life and work left a permanent mark on TUA's cultures and team, reminding all of us that our mission is not just about providing utility services, but about showing up for one another and serving with heart. And whereas the loss of Dana was deeply felt by his TUA family and the community he served so faithfully, and it is fitting that his legacy should be honored and remembered in a way that reflects the values he lived out daily. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Board of Directors of the Tullahoma Utility Authorities does hereby establish June 25th of each year, Dana's birthday, as Dana Eggleston Day, to honor his life, legacy, and extraordinary service to the organization and the people of Tullahoma. And be it further resolved that on this day each year, TUA shall take time to reflect on Dana's contributions, celebrate the example he set, and encourage all employees to carry forward the same spirit, dedication, humility, and service that Dana embodied throughout his career.
Wonderful.
Yes. Great.
All in favor of us accepting this, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. This is duly passed and adopted by the Board of Directors on this 29th day of July, 2025. Thank you. So next, we're gonna get into committee reports. Policy Committee, I don't think anything's come up on Policy Committee. What about Rate Committee? Nothing there either. Now we'll get into departmental reports. Who's up first? You're the man.
All right, so for the admin department, you can see in your packet, we have the May financials. So we had those completed. We're working on closing out June as we prepare for our audit, which they'll be out August the 18th for a week. Y'all may be receiving those letters where they have y'all fill out the questionnaire and whatnot. We were working on we just submitted the comptroller budget, everything that goes along with it. So we're waiting on confirmation from that. And AMI project, we're over 5,000 meters in. Everything seems to be going well. The cross-departmental contributions and teamwork is impressive. I have to brag on engineering and the meter department for always, and also billing, and working together on that. NISC, they're on site this week, so they've been here the last 2 days. Be here 2 more days, and they are doing the on-site training. So we're actually in the software, going through some of the financial transactions, journal entries, accounts payable, different items like that. Everything seems to be going well. So we've got 2 more days of it, and then we'll prepare for the next 6 weeks to go live for it in September. We're excited. Jason Ray has really headed that up and really done a good job of trying to prepare our staff for this transition, and I think he's done a really good job on that. Also, we've got a couple other things. The NISC MDM product, we're working with Census to get that to NISC, the data over. So that's in progress. And honestly, I think that's all I've got.
Thank you.
Any questions?
What's the thing that, I know when I did some training on stuff for my assigned training, there's something that we give to the comptroller if everything's hunky-dory, we get some kind of award. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I think it's if you file within the first 15 days of the budget being accepted, you
Right.
can get it's like an excellence award for getting it in on time. And there's a small group of utilities that get that. But,
Have we ever gotten it?
I don't know that we have. And I'll have to look at the date on it. We might be close this time. So this is the quickest we've had it all submitted to them.
I'll take you to dinner if you get that award.
I'll take you up on that. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up,
Dale and a large portion of his team is out this week in Knoxville at the water conference. So I'll give Dale's report, and I'll talk mainly on I&I of the wastewater system, and no worries. Inflow and infiltration
Thank you.
of the wastewater system, and water management is a consultant we use, and they just completed a I&I study for us, and it brought back a 10-year plan to start repairing. And why it's so important is these are things getting in the sewer system that shouldn't be. Extra water, whether it be storm water or customers connecting directly to our sewer system. So, and that increases the wastewater going to the sewer plant. So if we don't repair these things, we would be looking at increasing the size of the wastewater treatment plant before really necessary. So we'll start putting together a plan to fix the I&I issues. And that's the main thing that the water department had, wastewater and water department had.
Is our capacity capable of handling all these new subdivisions, these thousand
Yes.
lots that?
And especially if we can, I&I, from my understanding, is really, it's a never-ending battle. Once you have one spot fixed, another spot will turn up. But the state, it's my understanding, the state's going to start pushing down regulations that you can't just increase your treatment plant to solve your I&I issues, because you're not really fixing the problem. So they're going to basically say you have to be below 50% I&I at your wastewater treatment plant.
This is more digging up of our roads.
Well, to repair or to fix the I&I, know is they basically go in and coat the existing pipes.
With this big project that we're undertaking, I'd sure hate to have my brand new roads put on there. Next thing you know, everybody's out digging it.
Yep.
what is our percentage?
It's close to 50.
That was
Yeah.
like, last time I heard like 48
Yeah.
or, which is a lot. But, I mean, that's common for any town our size.
Oh yeah, we're actually in the lower percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
thank you.
Share a few updates with everyone. The Pine subdivision, we have got all the electric facilities are in, and they have got 26 of 27 of the streetlights installed. They do actually have some of them energized, so if you were to happen to go through there tonight, you'll have the new decorative streetlights up. Sagewood subdivision, that's Short Springs. The conduit install is near 100% complete. JT&S, the contractor, is cleaning up their work. Crews have begun the conductor pools. They've got 13 of the 19 pools complete, and have already set 7 pads and transformers. The Legacy Preserve townhomes, all that has been complete, and on the fiber side, this past week, they have set the MDU cabinets, so the townhomes are ready to be installed once someone takes residence. On our AMI update, we do have 5,384 meters installed, which is very good. We're nearing the 50% mark. I do kind of want to say, along with Jason, NISC and Census, we're working on the MDM connector to start pulling in the data dumps from the census meters. And I just want to recognize Bradley Zeal. He's in the room tonight, but with the loss of our colleague Dana, Bradley has taken on a lot of the responsibilities that Dana kind of took care of on the metering side, and helping Jason with the billing and rereads, and I just, my hat off to him. Our traffic signals, we did some quarterly inspections on our traffic signals. We do have a contractor scheduled to come this week to make some necessary repairs. The Marriott on Normandy Road and Live Smart Studios by Hilton over on Cedar Lane, have both been energized, and they are metered and ready to go, which I did see today that the Live Smart on Cedar is now open.
Yeah, it's been open about a week.
Yeah,
Right. Let's see. The upcoming projects, Lincoln Station on East Lincoln. The developer is still doing the water and wastewater lines. It's still gonna be some time before we start any electrical facilities. Throneberry Apartments, we're waiting on one final easement. The design is complete and they are doing site clearing. And then there are 3 other subdivisions that are in the preliminary design stage, and that's Springbrook, which is on Ovoca, Southern Harmony on East Lincoln and Cobb, and then Tisha Estates, which is also East Lincoln and Cobb, but off of Stewart Street. Safety-wise, we did have a safety committee meeting on July the 16th. We discussed several topics to address, and they will work to resolve those, I guess, those issues or requests. JTNS Safety also met with the water wastewater crews on the 17th, and then we have a competent person training for the water wastewater department scheduled for August the 11th. Fiber-wise, we were a +3 for the month of June. We are beginning some initial stages for installing fiber at Brandywine Apartments. Don't know, most people in here don't know, but when we first launched in 2008, Brandywine did not want us on their property. So we have, they have reached out to us, and they do want services now. So we have a design, so it's just getting that scheduled and get it installed. Again, the MDU cabinets were installed at Legacy Townhomes, and also at Kings Lane and Country Club, the road widening project. I kind of missed that on the electric side, but we have already relocated all of our electrical facilities and our fiber facilities, which included, we had to cut and lengthen 144 count distribution fiber. So that was all done last week. Been very busy.
Wow.
Those townhomes on Cedar Lane, how many of those are there gonna be?
The Throneberry, there's 44 units on the Throneberry. And there's also another, there's another place over on Cedar Lane right next to, almost at D.W. Wilson.
Yeah.
But it's a
Well, that's the one I'm-
14, I think that's a 14 unit kind of townhome complex that they have already got started on.
How many is the plan for Lincoln Station?
40, Lincoln Station, 49 lots. Yeah, 49 lots there. Springbrook on Ovoca is 30 lots. Southern Harmony is 37 lots. And Tisha Estates is 30 lots.
The one down from D.W. Wilson, is it on Cedar Lane? There used to be,
Yeah, yes.
is it right next to where Roper's used to be a million years ago?
Ropers?
Remember that?
There was just that one, there was one vacant lot. If
Yeah.
you were going toward Tractor Supply, it's on your right, same side as D.W. Wilson.
It's almost across from where you turn on Hickory Street.
Mm-hmm.
Baptist, Highland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was rental things, like a storage unit, but they're gonna put townhomes in there? That's tight.
Interesting.
It is tight.
We are growing.
All right,
Well,
thank
we
you.
have a need.
Anybody have any other questions?
Big time.
Thank you, sir.
All right, yes, sir.
All right. Plans for our annual tailgate party in partnership with First Vision Bank are underway. Something a little bit different this year. Typically that game's on a Thursday or Friday. It is going to be on a Saturday. So mark your calendars for August 23rd. We'll be doing the tailgate party that day prior to the game. We participated in United Way's Stuff the Bus event this year, so that helps to provide school supplies to children in need throughout Tullahoma. Brad Zill attended the Hands-On Science Center STEM and Engineering Day at their summer camp. Again, that's something, I think this is the second or third time we've done that there, so a great way to get students involved in STEM and engineering. We finalized our plans for our involvement in the Chamber's CEO program, so that's creating education opportunities, and the kickoff breakfast for that program is tomorrow morning, and we are the proud sponsor of that kickoff event, so we're excited to talk about ways that we can support all of the schools throughout Tullahoma. I know it was mentioned earlier in the recognition, but Kelly has successfully transitioned what used to be our talk show and our news program into a new format. It's still called Talking Tullahoma, but the program still airs on Channel 6, but it's also available on all audio streaming platforms as well. So if you're on Spotify or Apple Music, you can find that podcast on there. And then as you saw, we did get a 5-star review, but beyond that, there's been lots of comments on how much people enjoy that program. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I highly encourage you to do that. And then Eric Burton and I had lunch this last month. We have a new TVA Energy Right contact. So just working to build that relationship there to continue getting those programs to both our residents and some of our key accounts here in town. And then lastly, you probably noticed when you walked in, or I hope you did, that the lobby looks a little bit different. So there's been some pretty significant upgrades there in the lobby, and that was really a collaboration across a lot of different departments. So huge shout out to the team for all that work, and especially Shannon for getting that done. But it looks great, and we've gotten lots of great comments from customers as well. So
Let me make a comment.
Yeah.
And I know it's been on, but I think that ad that we have is probably the best ad of any advertising I have ever seen. And I say that because every time I see it, it really touches your heart, and it hits exactly what TUA is all about. And in fact, I was working out, and the lady, they have that running. I said, you need to watch it. It literally can bring tears to your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So, very good job. Whoever did that did it awesome.
that's all I have.
Thank you. All right. Now we're ready for board member comments, and instead of going this way, I'm going to start with you.
You go first.
Yes.
I attended, Y'all help me out here. It's got too many initials in it, but we missed our leader, but
Yeah, we
certainly
did.
understand why. But I learn something every time I go to that, and that's where the comment came about vision. A vision without action is just a vision. That really kind of hit me at home. And I think TUA does an excellent job. They've got a plan in order to where you want to go, or where we want to go. I hope that it reflects on some of the other boards or entities, or even in my own life. You know, those visions that I have not taken action for are, again, just visions. So appreciate it, being able to attend those conferences there. I really get a lot out of it.
Thank you. Ms. Patty.
Besides TMEPA, in JT stead, I attended the American Public Power Association fly-in for the Policymakers Council. And so I flew to DC, and there was an afternoon of informational meetings and then meetings on the Hill. So I met with our congressperson, Scott DeJarlais, and so I had scheduled to meet with Senator Haggerty. He had a long night on the Hill, and so met with his staff, and so I was able to present to them and discuss what the Policymakers Council had given to us. I'll just pass this around, but it had 4 key messages related to reliability, permitting reform, threat from wildfires, and FEMA issues. So those were the things that I discussed with, kind of as a nationwide issues, but as well as bringing issues forward, specifically related to TUA and what we're dealing with. So it was a very interesting experience, and so we'll see how things go from here.
Sure, they'll go great.
And that's
JT, what you got going on?
Yes, I also attended the EPA. And as always, these conferences are very, very informative. I always learn something, and think it's very important to attend as you can and keep the wheel sharpened for those of us that serve on this board. One thing that I did bring back, it was part of the legislative thing, that not necessarily should be a policy, but I want the policy group to sort of check into it. And it was some legislation that's driving posted changes to an agenda that's already been published to the public. So we need to check into it. I think if we publish our agenda, say for this meeting, and it's been out there for, let's say 72 hours or more than 40, if we're gonna change the agenda, there are some things that we should do to make sure that the public is well informed, and it should be posted. So that's something that I'm gonna pass on to you, Mr. Chair, and the policy committee to sort of just
Look into it.
Look into it and make sure that, of course, we're in line with whatever the requirements will be.
Okay, sounds good.
I want to thank Ms. Dean for wanting to be part of this committee. And I want to thank Mr. Potter for trying to assure that we keep somebody on that committee. It's important. It's important. It's getting into the ear of those that serve us, and making sure that they are aware of things that could negatively impact TUA, not only, but any municipal power company in Tennessee, and the issues also, some of the issues also impact people all over the country. So as long as we can keep someone on it, and it does take work, and I really appreciate her for wanting to do this. And hopefully, approval will come at the end of the year. Hopefully that will happen. But I encourage, in the future, try to assure that if we can get someone on that we keep them on. That's all I have.
Thank you, JT. Mr. Stanton.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. Just want to encourage citizens out there who are not part of TUA to join. We've got football season coming up here soon. We've got Kelly Lapsinski is Talking Tullahoma, which has been getting some awards here lately. We've got the new Mick and Mac show, which we need to give mention to because it's going to be a great show. And I want to thank all the workers for their daily contributions under extreme heat conditions. And I attended the TMEPA conference. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I have a few comments. I'd like to, we hadn't had any big time rain events probably in the last week or two, but I guess it was 2 weeks ago. I'd been out of town, came in, was out running a storm on a Sunday afternoon, got home right before it hit. Had lightning hit close to my house, close enough that it set one of my neighbor's car alarms off. And, that was okay. Then I realized that my internet and TV were out. So I called, like any good person would do, and they sent somebody out pretty quick. Mr. Andy Warren got me hooked up, and I had, everything I needed probably within an hour. So if y'all have problems, they'll take care of you. If you have some other provider, they may not get to you for a few days, or who knows. But we do a good job of taking care of our customers. So if you're out shopping, you don't need to shop anywhere else but right here at TUA. So another thing I'd like to mention, this team, this organization suffered a big loss here in the last month, Mr. Eggleston's death. Team player, key player, quiet leader. He will be missed. We give our condolences as a board to the family. You know, sometimes you don't know what to say, but I'm sorry. And we're here for you. But I appreciate the words of our president. It's a struggle, you know, when one of your own, it's just like a family member. It is a family member. So, you know, we need to hang together, undergird and strengthen and put our best foot forward. So I don't have anything else, and I'll turn it over to our president. You have any final comments, sir?
No customer comments, right?
I don't think we've had any customer comments. Mayor, you have anything?
No, sir.
All right.
So I was unable to attend TMEPA, but JT's last meeting for the TUA board is next month. He served nearly 10 years on this board, 2 as chairman. And I remember when JT started talking about the strategic plan, and a lot of people that were back on this wall were like, strategic plan? You know, what is that? We've never had one of these. So JT was really the visionary behind our very first strategic plan. He's dedicated a lot of time and years of service to this city, and TMEPA recognized him with the Power of Excellence Award. So congratulations on that. I hate to have to miss it, but that's well deserved, and that's a very
humbling.
distinguished award that they give out. So congratulations.
Thank you all.
Thank you for your service.
I will add, I am kind of slow. Should have known something. Shannon never comes to the conference. you know,
I'll just come in and play the
no,
foul.
man, I still haven't picked up on it. You know, and I told my wife, I said, Shannon's come to the conference. And she said, well, that's good. I said, no, she never comes. But I guess that she's coming for Alan. But I'm very humbled to receive that award. I don't, awards belong to everybody. You know, you never accomplish anything by yourself. But I was honored and just so glad to be a part of this whole thing. So I do appreciate it. Thank you.
I could say more because we have bets here on when the meetings will end. But I won't do that. I don't have anything else.
Nothing else
Nothing
come
else.
before the board? Hearing nothing else coming before the board, I'm going to adjourn this meeting.
How's your-